Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Rooster Stone Show. Dude, that was, you know what? I feel like I need you to do that for me so I can just put that on.
Let's do it.
That was amazing. All right. Hey, man, let's welcome back Kyle. We got Kyle here from 30 West Entertainment.
Hello, everybody.
The man of the hour for all your DJ needs. I'm telling you right now, the man is the best.
Yes, and in fact, 30 West Entertainment just celebrated their 11th year birthday,
Dude,
as a company.
Hip hip hooray,
11
dude!
years,
Congratulations!
11 years. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's great. What a beautiful thing, man! You and your friends putting that together and making it work into a viable business. That's great.
I couldn't be more blessed with my three partners that I have and all the other people that work with us.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
You know, they're thinking about coming out with a thing. The Wives of 30 West Entertainment.
Wow, dude. There you go.
Like one of those live shows.
Yeah, dude. I'd watch that. Hey, all right. So, hey, man, we're back. And this is so exciting because we've got a retro album review here for you today. Okay. It's something that we do. We do some, we're going to do some new album reviews too, but we're also going to take a look at some albums from the past that we really enjoy. And I call them retro album reviews. All right. And so the one that we're going to do today is the absolutely penultimate album of one of the greatest rock and roll bands ever.
Absolutely.
U2's Joshua Tree. This album is just hit after hit after hit. And it was released on March 9th, 1987. And, it's just burned into my brain, man. I mean, so many of these songs, the videos from MTV, they're just burned into my brain forever.
Oh, absolutely.
You brought along the vinyl, didn't you?
I did.
Show everybody what you got, man.
A little bit of show and tell. Check it out.
Buddy.
Yeah.
An iconic picture all on its own.
Yep, and then we got a little bit of...
And you know what? Look how young they look in that. That's so gorgeous. That's wonderful.
Beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to it, dude. What do you think? Why don't you kick us off and get us started with the first song?
All right. So the first song is Where the Streets Have No Names. Well, let's just get started. Let's think about this. We have Bono, The Edge, Larry, and Adam, and probably one of the most iconic albums of its time.
Mm-hmm. Easily.
And when I was asked to do this retro review, when I look at music or I look at an album, I look at it, how does it make me feel? What headspace does it put me in? What vibe does it give me? This gives me road trip vibes all day. I just love everything about this album. You'll probably hear me talk a lot about most of these songs. What I love about this album is every intro to every song on this album just jumps out at me, and everyone's different in its own right. And it just the way they've just put this album together. I mean, I just love, the idea, even the song title, Where the Streets Have No Names. Mm-hmm. I just feel like this is one of those albums that I could put on, and I'm taking that trip through the desert, brother.
Yeah.
I'm just going through the desert.
You're going to find that Joshua Tree.
I'm going to find that Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
Because some people look at the desert as just some, dismal, wasteland and everything. Other people might say, you know what? The desert, it's a blank canvas.
Oh, dude. And you know what? This song, dude. Look, man.
The intro itself, I get goosebumps when I hear the intro.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, it's just the whole way that it gets started. It's like you said, every song in this album sort of has that. That's the Edge, really, for the most part, because he's just giving all those wonderful textures behind everything. But this is, it's an iconic song. I loved the video for this tune. Do you remember that one where they're all downtown and all the people and they're playing? I mean, it's just such a great tune.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a good one. Awesome. So my first song, which is the second song on the album, is I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. Now, this song might have one of the most recognizable intros in the history of modern popular music. And, it's like you talked about already, just those intros. But musically, this song is really quite simple. It's just 3 chords, and it's sparse drums, but it's that droning, perfect bass line that keeps this song going. Doom, 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 boom, boom, boom. It's just like you hear that. It's just getting in you. And then you have the Edge's heavily delayed arpeggios. Then that voice comes in, man. No other voice I have ever heard sounds like that. Bono is so unique as a singer. He demands an emotional response.
Absolutely.
You know, the verse lyrics are just so damn good. Simple, yet poignant. Everyone can relate, and everyone does. This is one of the best songs ever from any band.
No, I totally agree. And like when I think about this song, it's like in some ways I found what I'm looking for, and in other ways I haven't. And that's how I, in certain aspects of my life, that's how I relate to this song. Like, one of the things that I'm so thankful that I found is, I'm a family man now. I got my wife, my kids. I got my boy Mo here. A friendship of about 3 decades now. 30 years, man.
Dude,
30 years.
Keeping it going, baby.
That's something good that I've found.
30 West. All right, baby. So give me what you got for...
Rooster Stone.
So give me what you got for With or Without You.
Okay.
So this is the third song. I mean, dude, first of all, think about the Titanic-ness of those 3 songs opening up an album. Bro.
I can't think of any other album that opens up with 3 iconic songs on top of an iconic album as the Joshua Tree does.
Dude.
So again, I'm going to talk intro. These intros for each song, it just sucks me in, and I'm still cruising along on that desert road.
Yeah.
When I knew we were going to do this album, I did something I don't often like to do. So I broke down and I did some reading. Mel. I wanted to dig into this album.
Well, I didn't even know you could read.
I did.
Yeah.
Hooked on Phonics works for me.
Dude, that's wonderful.
The old time joke. We used to joke.
My man.
We used to joke around about that.
Oh, yeah.
So what I found out about the song is I really wanted to know what this song was about. So after looking into it, it's about longing, love, and personal sacrifice. It's like Bono was in this headspace, like, should I stay or should I go predicament? And basically, the song is like about a lose-lose situation. There's nothing to win and nothing left to lose, just like it says right in the lyrics. Yeah. I mean, he gets down and really personal with this song lyrically.
And vocally.
Vocally, just to show the versatility of his vocals.
Yeah.
I mean, his vocal range, I could talk about that. We could have a podcast
just
on
about that.
Bono's vocals.
Yeah, well, perhaps we shall. Yeah. This song is such a powerfully sung ballad. His voice on this track is so captivating, it almost drowns everything else out. And, that concept, like you said, of I can't live with or without you. The pain of that kind of love, if you've ever felt that kind of love, is one of the most jarring and difficult things you can ever feel. And, it really is. This song is just, it's just like one after another on this album so far. So, dude, I just love that opening. I mean, the first 3 hitters here are just, wow, how many home runs. So the 4th song in the album is called Bullet the Blue Sky. And any U2 fan will recognize that drum intro like right away. My memory of this song comes chiefly from the live version on Rattle and Hum. But this tune is dirty and gritty. It is such a stark contrast from the first 3 songs. And again, another song held together by a simple but droning bass part. I always knew that Adam Clayton was a glue musically for these guys. It was just something I always kind of knew. But man, is it on display on this album. I love Bono's monologue, towards the end. He's such a good storyteller. And apparently, this song was inspired by the band's experience seeing how United States foreign policy was affecting El Salvador in the mid-'80s. And, don't make Bono angry, people. He straight up wrote an early form of the diss track to the U.S. government. Dude, that's savage, bro. That's savage. That's savage. So we're moving on, baby. Run into a standstill.
All right. Well, before we do, I just wanted to say one more thing about Bullet the Blue Sky.
Oh, yeah.
So I love the song, everything that Mo said. A favorite 90s band of mine did an awesome cover of it. POD. Check it out. I really recommend checking that song out. I think they did the song justice.
Right, dude.
Oh, they rocked it out.
That's high praise.
Yes.
All right.
So Running to Stand Still. Again, I did a lot of reading for this. Yes, I can read, Mel.
I can't believe it.
And this kind of hit my heart a little bit because it's written about the heroin addiction epidemic in Dublin in the 1980s. One thing I like about this song is, other than some of the other songs on the album, is it's driven by just the piano and the guitar. Mm-hmm. That's the backdrop of the musically, where Bono got the title for the song, "Running to Stand Still." He had a talk with his brother and asked him, "Hey, how's your business going? Brothers, talking about what brothers talk about."
Sure.
He has a business. "Hey, how's your business going?" And his brother responded. He says, I just feel like I'm running to stand still. Mm-hmm. And Bono said, "I never heard that phrase before." And he took off with it.
Like, no matter what you do, you can't get ahead. Yeah. Dude, everyone's felt that.
And I kind of feel that in the song too. I mean, what little bit I know about heroin addiction and everything, it's like, you get this crazy high and you're like, and you're probably like, your mind's probably racing a mile a minute, but you're not going anywhere.
Dude, heroin heroin has been put you to sleep.
Okay, well, see, then
you're on a totally.
That just shows you how much I know about drugs.
I mean, I'm glad you
absolutely nothing.
I'm glad you don't know anything about it.
That's good.
You're on the wrong thing there.
Okay,
dude. You know what? This song is such a beautiful, haunting song. I love that bluesy intro and the harmonica at the end. I mean, it really is. It's so sparse compared to some of the other tunes. It's a great choice.
Wait a minute, you love the harmonica? I never knew.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? So my next song on the album that I reviewed is Red Hill Mining Town. This whole album is filled with amazing examples of Bono killing it vocally. But the chorus of this song just soars with his beautiful tenor. Lyrically, it's filled with such grimy imagery of the desperation of blue-collar life. And anyone who grew up poor or living on the margins of society will feel the resonance of these beautiful lyrics. I didn't have much memory of this song, but man, after listening to this album again, it is easily one of my favorite tracks. This is such a good song.
Oh, when he goes into that chorus, hanging on, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I feel...
Dude, his voice.
I feel like kind of where you were hitting the nail on the head. Yeah. I feel this specific song, Red Hill Mining Town, his vocals definitely carried the song.
Oh yeah, well, you could say that. Doubt. You could say that on almost every song they do, but this one, it is particularly that chorus, man.
It really jumps out.
Yeah. All right, so we got In God's Country next. Let's give it up. What we got here?
Okay, again, here I go. Intro. I love these intros. This guitar intro, it just sucks you right in. Like every intro to this album, I absolutely love. I mean, it just hits you, like a home run. Me personally,
it got you. Yeah.
So again, this song is about the immigrant experience in America, capitalizing on the American dream. And this song was also inspired by the desert that I was talking about earlier, where some people look at the desert as, like a vast wasteland. It's no good. And where the band drew inspiration for this song, In God's Country, they looked at the desert as a blank canvas. I mean, as you can see.
Sure, even on the cover. Yeah. On
the cover, it's that background, and it's actually one of my favorite album covers.
Yeah, it's a great cover, especially with the black, the black barriers
Yep.
The margins. It's
'Cause
awesome.
It just makes it just makes it jump out at you.
Yeah, dude, this song really features the unique talents of the Edge. I mean, he's never going to be lauded as one of the great guitar players. He's not, he doesn't jam on to solos and stuff like that. But you know what he has done? He has a sound that is very unique to him, and it makes it the sound of the band.
Oh.
And he's very good at layering and doing the things that it takes to make those sounds happen and to give the voice of Bono a place to live. And so, I think a lot of times he is sort of like downplayed or poo-pooed, but dude, totally an unfair thing to do.
Well, I feel the name says it all.
Yeah.
The Edge.
Yeah, it is. So the next song is called Trip Through Your Wires. And, as a harmonica player myself, I love this song. In this song, you can feel the beginnings of the rattle and hum vibe that's to come. It's another song filled with sacred imagery and the thin line between this world and the next that U2 is famous for talking about. This song feels live to me. And man, this is such a great live band. I've seen them live, and they are everything that you can think that they will be. So many of the tunes are such wonderful sing-alongs. No wonder they stand at the top of the pile as one of the best bands ever.
I too saw them live. My sister treated me to a ticket. We saw them up in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow. What tour was it for?
Giant Stadium. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I can't
You don't even remember. Yeah.
But what I do remember about it is they were this was the first tour where they had that like huge like concept of the whole round thing and the whole like stage rotated so like everybody could see them.
That's awesome.
So I do remember that being part of that tour, and the stadium was sold out, man. You couldn't move. I mean, we were packed in there like sardines.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw them for the Octung Baby tour at the Vet. That's how long ago I saw them. Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. And dude, guess who opened for them? Primus.
No.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was. I mean, talk about and now for something completely different.
Right.
So my feeling about this song is, it's just, it's that harmonica, it's that sort of rattle and hum, hey, introducing you to what we're going to do next. So you got One Tree Hill coming next, buddy. What do you got here?
I do. So nonetheless, I'm going to talk about the intro. So
of course,
I love all the intros.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to sound repetitive, but for this album, I think it's necessary. That's how I feel about it.
Sure.
Hits me. You know what I mean? So this one really, really tugged at the heartstrings. When I was reading about this, Bono wrote it about Victor Jara, Victor Jara. He was a Chilean musician, and he was murdered by government forces due to his political views. So it's a song about bereavement. Bono has had issues performing this song live several times. So when they recorded this song, Bono was like, I got to do these vocals in one take, because lyrically where it put him in a place where he didn't want to go often. And I get that, because out of all the songs that I listened to before we did this, I listened to this the most just because, just to see where his headspace is. And I tell you what, you're lucky I'm not tearing up right now, because he dove deep lyrically on this song.
Yeah.
And I mean, you want to talk about putting your soul into a lyric. This is what I feel that he did here. I mean, and like you said a few moments ago, political views and all that. Don't get Bono mad.
Yeah,
don't make him upset.
Well, and they've been political since the beginning. Look,
absolutely.
They're an Irish band, and anyone that knows anything about Irish history, this is they were an Irish band in the '80s. But this is another top-notch melody as well. Not just lyrics. The melody that Bono is belting out in this song is just, again, it's so unique to him and to them. They have a sound, and no one else sounds like that. And that's one of the things that are the hallmarks of a great band, is that they're inimitable. So for my last song it's called Exit. To me, this song is a throwback. It feels like it should or could have been on their album War. It just feels like the whole thing takes place in a bombed out shelter at the end of the world. The Edge's guitar layers are so deep and so wide, and they take you up and down and all around on an emotionally charged truck drive through a barren and twisted landscape. And then it just ends with a whimper. You know, it's that sound. We keep talking about this, but that sound that only they have, you know, that no one has ever been able to copy. But you just know that Tom York was listening to these guys as a kid, and you can really hear it on this song.
Absolutely.
So,
what I like about this album, and specifically this song, is compared to all the other songs, I found this song to be a bit heavier than the rest of the album. You know,
that's why I thought it belonged on War.
Yeah. That's it, exactly. And as you were talking, I felt it to be like it gave you that little, a little chaotic. You know what I mean? Like you're the bomb shelter. You know, it just, I mean, just everything. And I listened to this song a couple of times just because I love the '80s. You know, not as heavy as hair bands and metal that I love so much, but that heavier sound, and you're like, okay, U2, I see your versatility. I see you, boys. I see you.
My man. If you cannot tell, Kyle likes this band. All right.
And real quick, one of the main reasons I absolutely positively love this band with all my heart and soul is this is my big sister's favorite rock band.
Yeah.
And it's been since as long as I can remember.
Right. And what an influence. Yeah.
And how could you not love this band? I mean, I've been listening to them all my life. I mean, they've spanned 4 decades at least.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're probably headed into 5.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, they've been rocking and rolling for quite a while, and they're still good, and that's the thing that's amazing about them. So let's wrap it up, man. We got the last song here.
All right, so Mothers of the Disappeared. So I listened to this a couple times as well, and I did some digging on this one, and basically this song is about pain and loss experienced by mothers who lost their children, and just that alone, I mean, I don't think any mother should have to experience that.
Oh no.
But again, lyrically and the soul that was poured into these lyrics about the song, I mean, I feel like you can hear the sadness in the music of this song. When you listen to the music of the song, it's like you can hear the sadness. You can feel the sadness.
Yeah.
And again, Bono putting his lyrics out there, I'm just like, the whole song comes together, and like you can feel the experience, which is an experience I never want to feel.
Yeah.
But you feel it, you hear it, and it's just
yeah, they do that. You know what? I mean,
they're very good at grabbing at the heartstrings.
Yeah, they do that. Their whole thing is emotionally charged music, and that's what they do. And this is such a beautiful anthemic song to sort of wrap everything up. I mean, what a bow tie. What a bow tie. So, just to kind of give you my final thoughts, music for me always captures a moment in time. It's almost like I remember songs when they came out down to the year, sometimes down to the month, because I remember that part of my life. It's the soundtrack to my life. But especially music from my childhood. This album and these songs stand as timeless anthems of my adolescence. And I know I'm not alone out there with this. They cannot be separated from those memories. And so the emotional impact endures no matter how long it's been. I hadn't listened to this album in probably 30 years, Kyle. And it still wakes those visceral feelings in me the way that it did all the way back then. Mm-hmm. And this isn't just one of the best records of the 80s, which it undoubtedly is. It is one of the best albums of all time.
Hands down.
And it really is timeless. If this album was released tomorrow, it would be a hit.
Oh.
There is no higher praise that could be heaped upon it.
And then think about it. This was, we're talking about an iconic band of over 4 decades, an iconic album. They were at the peak of their game. I mean, when this album came out, it was just like, I thought, mind blowing. You know what I mean? My final thoughts are, when I'm talking about an album or a song, I absolutely love.
I love it too.
I love it. I just absolutely love the way it can touch your soul in so many ways. I mean, everybody, takes music in different ways, but I love the way you can just get lost in this album. Like I said, this whole album I've listened to over and over again, and every time I'm on that desert road, and I'm checking out that blank canvas, and it's just it's filling my heart and it's touching my soul, brother.
Yeah, buddy.
And that's what I love about it.
Yeah, this is a great album, and I'm glad that we did this one. Just because, it reminded me, because I hadn't listened to it in a long time. Sometimes albums are so iconic, or, you just forget about them, or you think, oh, I've heard that a million times. Man, give it a listen again. It deserves another listen. But hey, thanks so much for listening to us as well. If you made it this far, hopefully you did.
Yes,
and, we really appreciate your continued support of the show. And, don't forget to find Rooster Stone wherever you might find it, on social media, YouTube. Check us out at roosterstone.com. If you ever want to find where else the show is playing, or you want to hear our music, there is links to everything there. So you can always sort of kind of check in there as like the hub. But we thank you so much for listening, and we like to offer you peace and one love. Come on over to roosterstone.com, where you can book the band for any event you can imagine. Acoustic, full band, whatever your event may require. You can also email us to take online music lessons at an affordable monthly price. Don't forget to download our original music and like, follow, and subscribe to Rooster Stone across all social media platforms. Keep rocking out at roosterstone.com.